One of my favorite birds that show up, the Baltimore Oriole. Here's a beautiful example of a female. The males are even more impressive with their vivid orange, black, and white plumage. Next up, the ruby-throated hummingbird, the smallest species on our list today. Notice the extraordinary ruby-colored throat on the male. Identifying the females is simple. They lack the color on their throat. Here we have a female downy woodpecker, the smallest of the woodpeckers in North America. Notice the difference with males? They have a red patch on the back of their head. The hairy woodpecker, often confused with the downy, have almost the exact same plumage, but is nearly double in size, and their red patch is split down the middle with black. And here's a female. In my opinion, the prettiest bird we have here in Rhode Island, the northern flicker. Here we have a male of the yellow-shafted variety. And here's an example of a female. Do you notice the difference? The females lack the two black markings the males have on their face. And the last woodpecker on the list, a red-bellied. See how the female's red markings stop halfway up their head? The males have it going all the way up to their bill. Next, the Cooper's hawk. If you put up bird feeders, you've probably encountered these small bird predators. The immature one's plumage is brown and white, and they have yellow eyes. The adult's upper feathers are gray, their belly's white and brown, and they have a dark gray, or black cap, with reddish-orange eyes. A bird often mistaken as a Cooper's hawk, the Sharp-Shinned Hawk, shares the same plumage as the Cooper but is half the size, and their tail feathers are squared off at the tips, whereas the Coopers are rounded. The third predator bird on the list, the red-tailed hawk. The females are the larger of the two, with an average wingspan of 19.7 to 25.6 inches. And here we have the most majestic bird of them all, the bald eagle. The national bird of the United States. They were once on the endangered species list but have made a wonderful resurgence and were taken off the list in 2007. Bald eagles are usually found in forested areas, typically next to large bodies of water. They're spectacular flyers, soaring, gliding, and flapping over long distances. The northern cardinal, a popular bird here in the States. People fall in love with the bright red color of the males. And if you put out bird seed, especially sunflower seeds, they'll be showing up daily. Next up, the European starling, a rambunctious bird often showing up in droves to your feeders. Juveniles are mainly pale brown. As they mature, their colorful feathers begin to appear first on their belly. Adults have a dazzling plumage, purplish-green iridescent colors speckled with white dots. A larger, lanky bird with white eyes, which can appear to be completely black at times. The common grackle, another iridescent bird in good lighting, showcasing a brilliant blue head with a bronzy body and purple wings. On the opposite size spectrum, we have a chipping sparrow. You can spot the males easily with their rusty red crown. The females lack the rusty red color, but still have a brown crown and similar plumage. The white-throated sparrow, males have distinct white stripes on their head with yellow markings at the front and a white throat. The females lack the bright white stripes and yellow markings. Probably the most common bird you'll see at your feeders, the house sparrow. The easiest ways to tell the difference between each sex are the males have black bills and bibs, white cheeks, and gray crowns. The females are overall plain brown and tan, with a lighter colored bill. And the male juveniles look similar to the females, but you can notice the black feathers forming their bib. Another small brown bird, the house finch. The females are light brown with a streaked belly. while the males stand out a bit more with their rosy red head and upper breast. The American goldfinch, a bird that molts twice a year. The females, still beautiful, are much more dull in appearance. A popular bird, especially during the spring and summer, when the male's brilliant black, white, and yellow plumage stands out amongst others. Here's a bird that I've only recently spotted at the feeders, an eastern towhee. It makes sense since it's usually only in this part of the United States during its breeding season. Check out the beautiful white markings on its back. And here's a female. Instead of having a black upper, theirs is brown. And I didn't notice any white markings on its back like the male had. An American robin, often seen running across the grass, then stopping abruptly. They do this to listen for insects scurrying beneath the surface. You'll see them after rainstorms, tugging up earthworms. They have also been known to eat a variety of fruits. The wild turkey, the bird that Benjamin Franklin wanted to represent the United States as its national bird. Female turkeys, otherwise known as hens, are much smaller than the males and lack the red and blue colors the males have on their head and neck during mating season. Here we have a stunning example of a male, on full display. Do you see the feather hanging off his chest? That's known as the beard. Blue jays, another favorite amongst your casual bird enthusiast. It's hard to tell the difference between each sex since they look the same, but the males tend to have a slightly larger build. The tufted titmouse, a small gray bird with a lot of character. This bird has a unique voice that's easily identifiable. Both male and female's plumage is identical, so behavior is how you can distinguish them. Males are more aggressive. An even smaller bird, the black-capped chickadee. Although small, it has quite a boisterous voice, and other species will even respond to its predator warning calls. Again, behavior is how you distinguish male from female, since they look identical. Males are more aggressive with other birds at feeders. What a shocker. An equally boisterous bird, the Carolina wren. Both, male and females, have a reddish-brown upper, with an orangish belly and a white patch under their chin, along with a tannish-white stripe above each eye. Males are the only ones that sing, though. A captive male once sang almost 3,000 times in one day. Mourning doves, a grayish-brown bird with black spots on its wings and a pale peach-colored belly. They have a thin black bill, round body, pink legs, and a long, thin tail. They tend to feverishly eat seed from the ground, along with storing them in the throat for later. The white-breasted nuthatch, a mostly black, gray, and white bird. It's the only bird that you'll see walking down trees and poles head first. The male and females look identical with the exception of a little rust-colored patch that can be found near the rear on the males. Distinguished by its brown head and black body, we have, you guessed it, the brown-headed cowbird. Females, on the other hand, are overall a pale brown, with lighter areas around its head and belly. Next up, we have the male red-winged blackbird, which are mainly black, but have red shoulders accented by a yellow stripe. The females, on the other hand, look completely different, sporting brown and heavily streaked plumage, with a yellowish color around the face and light tan stripes on its head. Here we have a prime example of a male mallard duck. Notice its orange legs and feet, iridescent green head, white collar, and yellow bill. The females are mainly brown, with an orange and black bill. Both males and females have a purplish-blue patch on their wings. These ducks are strong flyers and migrate in flocks that have been seen traveling over 50 miles per hour. Dark-eyed juncos, a small slate-colored bird with a white belly, white outer tail feathers, and pale yellow bill. Males and females are hard to tell apart, but the males can be seen showcasing their tail feathers to females during courtship. If you've ever been to a beach, odds are you've seen this next bird there, the herring gull. A larger bird with a white head and underparts, gray back with black wingtips, a yellow bill, and pale-colored legs. Do you hear that? A flock of Canadian geese migrating. A large bird with a long black neck, white cheek patch, brown upper body, with a pale grayish-white belly, and black legs and feet. To finish off the list, we have the American crow, a bird I've been trying to befriend. They're large black birds top to bottom, usually ground feeders, but if you have a large enough platform off the ground, they'll eat from it as well. A very smart and clever bird that has even been known to bring people gifts. So, if you see a couple flying around your house, run outside with some unsalted shelled peanuts and just start throwing them all over your lawn. They'll take notice, and if you're lucky, they'll come back with their buddies. And hopefully, you'll make some new friends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video will help you along your bird watching journey. And if you want to learn more about birds or just want to watch relaxing videos of birds flying in to eat from our feeders, make sure to subscribe.